function. Now let's go ahead and see a piecewise function. First I'm writing this one. F of x is equal to curly bracket x 5, and x contains this function when x is less than 0. X contains this function when x is greater than or equal to 0. Let's look at the graph of f of x. F of x is equal to x. That's the first one. So f of x equal to x graph look like this. To draw this one, I put some line. Okay, so this is basically a graph of straight line going through the origin, and this is like when x value is 1, when x value is 1, y value is 1 as well. When x value is 2, y value is 2 as well. How do I know? If you plug any x value like here, this is going to be like, you can also write it as y is equal to x. So if you plug this one, you get something like that, like when x is 1, y is 1, when x is 2, y is 2, and the slope is 1. So it's going to be going forever like this. So that is f of x is equal to x graph. And if I want to draw the f of x is equal to 5 graph, that's going to look something like this. So let's draw that one. Okay, if I draw this one, 5 is going to be a straight line along the y-axis, like when x is greater than 0, y is equal to 5. So this one also you can write it as, instead of f of x is equal to 5, you can also write it as y is equal to 5. Y is equal to 5. Y is equal to 5 is somewhere here, and there's going to be a straight line through that y is equal to 5. So the line is going to look like this. Okay, so this is the graph of this is the graph for this one, and this is the graph for this one. But when we have piecewise function, there's a condition. You can see that this one say f like this x function when the x is less than 0. So we have to remove the graph until 0, like, because greater than 0 we don't have anything for this, or equal to 0. So we have to remove whatever we have for greater than 0. So to do this one, I use eraser.
நான் பிப்ரவரி 15க்கு பிறகு கொஞ்சம் நான் டிக்கெட் இதில் கம்ப்யூட்டரில் பார்த்தோன்னு மணின்னு சொல்லி பிப்ரவரி 15க்கு பிறகு சரி, அப்போ நான் ஒரு கேட்டுட்டு சொல்கிறேன். ரெண்டு பேருக்கு என்ன வேணியை கொண்டு போக போறீங்களே? பாஸ்போர்ட் வந்தால் கொண்டு போக முடியும், இல்லாட்டி நானும் வேணும் போயிட்டு. பாஸ்போர்ட் அப்ளை பண்ணி எவ்வளோண்ணா? 4 மாதம் ஆகுது. என்ன மேரேஜ் இவனுக்கு 4 மாதத்தில் வந்தது. இப்போ இந்த கிறிஸ்மஸ் டைம் வழியாக இல்லை உங்களுக்கு.
Okay, give me a minute because there's a conversation going on.
அப்படிதான் சொன்னோம் எனக்கும் கூட்டிட்டு சொல்லி. எனக்கும் அவளுக்கும் வீல் சேருக்கு ஒரே காசு தானே? அப்படி அவனுக்கு ஜனவரிக்கு வந்துடுவேன். ஜனவரிக்கு அப்படி வந்துடுவேன். இவன்கிட்ட பாஸ்போர்ட் கொடுத்து உனக்கு 4 மாதத்துல வந்தது. அப்ப ஆமா, அதான் சொன்னோம்.
Okay guys, there was a phone call. So here you can see that the piecewise function, we have a condition that when x is less than 0, we have this function of x. So less than 0 means 0 also not included. That's why we have to have an open circle at this point, and then it's going down forever. And then when x, and for the next one, x is greater than or equal to 0, so it includes the equal to 0, so that's closed circle. And y is equal to 5 is a straight line like this. Okay. But when we draw graph of piecewise function, we have to draw it together. So let's do that one.
when computer February March rate
so the graph is going to look like this. Let me actually remove this one. Okay.
passport உனக்கு 4 மாதத்தில் வந்துட்டு இப்போ இந்த டிசம்பர் கிறிஸ்மஸ் இல்லை அதெல்லாம் எப்படி ஜனவரிக்கு வந்துடும் வந்துட்டேன் நான் பிப்ரவரி மார்ச்சில் வந்துருந்தேன்.
I don't know if I can move this. No. Okay, I erase this one. Okay, and
கேட்கல ஏன்னா இந்த இருக்கும் என்ன அப்போ நானும் போயிட்டு வரோம் வந்து சேர்ந்து போக முடியாது என்ன அப்போ குறைச்சி சேர்ந்து பிள்ளைகள் ஜியோட சேர்ந்து போகமாட்டு
so this is the graph basically. So we combined x when x is less than 0, x function, that is this, and there's an open circle because 0 is not included for this one, but for x is equal to for y is equal to 5 function, we have 0 also included, so we put a closed circle right here, and it goes forever in the positive infinity. Okay, now let's look at another piecewise function. I remove the whole thing. Okay, let's look at this piecewise function, that is f of x is equal to 2 x is less than 1 x plus 3, that is when x is greater than 2.
அதான் கம்ப்யூட்டரில் பார்த்துட்டு போனேன்னா நான் பிடிச்சி கூட்டிகிட்டு ஒர்க்கா போய் பார்த்துட்டேன்டா இப்போ எந்த ஓகேண்டா ஒரு டெக்ஸி என்னென்ன ஆர்டர் பண்ணி நான் கொண்டு வர மாதிரி போகலாம்.
Okay, so this one you can also write like one equation is y is equal to 2, the other one is y is equal to x plus 3. Now we know that okay, so let's look at this one. Okay, this is 2, y is equal to 2 right here, but there's a condition that is okay. Let me remove this one. Y is equal to 2 is a straight line. It is like this, it's going from negative infinity to positive infinity, but here we have to stop at 1. Stop at 1, and that's an open circle, and this is 1, and it goes to infinity, and this is happening at when y is equal to 2. Okay, and x plus 3 is happening when y is greater than 2. I mean x is greater than 2, so 2, and here we are going to have the line, and the line is shifted 3 units to the upside, so it's going to be right here. And we know that this line has the slope of 1, so it means when it goes to the 4, it goes 1 units to the right, so it means we are going to have 4 1, and at 5 it's going to be the 2. So we are interested in starting from 2 only, so from 2 we are going to have a line like this. It's going forever, and 2 also not included because this is greater than 2. Okay, so this is the graph, and both of them are open circle because this is less than 1, x is less than 1, and 1 is not included, and here x is greater than 2, 2 is not included. So the graph is gonna look like that. Now let's try another thing. Let's look at another function. F of x is equal to 2x plus 1, x is less than 1, that is x is equal to 1, and then minus x square, that's when x is greater than 1. Now let's look at the first one. Actually, let's draw everything together actually. So let's draw the graph here. Okay, so here we have 2x plus 1, that is happening when the x is less than 1. So first point is going to be 1 anyway, but we have to put an open circle. 1. So at 1, what is going to be the x value? To calculate that one, you can just plug it in here. 2 plus 1, that's 3, right? Because 2 times 1 plus 3, 1, that's 3. So at 1 is going to be 3 in the y-axis. But the 1 is not going to be included, and also this is less than 1, so we have to only look at the values below, like below 1 in the x-axis. So the next point we have to look at it, 0. So you can see the slope is 2, so it means when it moves 1 unit to the x-axis, it's going to go 2 units down in the y-axis, so it's going to be 3 minus 2, that's going to be 1. Y is going to be 1 when x is 0, and then if you want to try another point, like when x is negative 1, the y value is going to go 2 units down again, that's 1 minus 2, that is negative 1. So we are going to have the other point like here. So the line is going to go all the way down here to the negative infinity. Now let's look at the x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 is only one point, that is 1, like so this is basically y is equal to 1, right? And this only happens when x is equal to 1, so it means there's no less than or greater than, like there's no other points at all. So you have it just a dot like right here at x is equal to 1, so it's going to be just a dot right like this. And when x is greater than 1, we have negative x square, and if you know, positive x square is a parabola opening up like this through the origin. This is positive x square, and negative x square is basically opening down. Okay, and it's greater than 1, it means it's gonna start with 1 anyway, but it's going to be open circle. So at 1, if you plug 1 for this equation, this is going to be 1 square, that's negative 1. So at 1 is going to be negative 1, so we are going to have the open circle right here. And if you plug 2 for the x value, you're going to get negative 4, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So it's going to be right here, the next point is going to be right here. So if you draw the parabola, it's going to go like this. It's going to go like this to the negative infinity. And that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys on my next video.